welcome back to Metals and Momentum. My name's Anthony, and in this video, I am just going to discuss what is happening in the silver market. Now, I'm going to pull up my screen here, and we're going to dive right into this chart because this is pretty wild. Like, I have never seen a bigger red flag than what is happening in the silver, in the price of silver. So check out this chart, and I'm going to walk you through some of the details that I'm looking at when investigating into the silver market. Now, to be totally honest, I sold off all of my physical silver last week, and I'm completely out of silver. So take this with a grain of salt, but one of the reasons why I make these videos is for some of my family members who are avid watchers, and I'm trying to get this out to them as well. So don't take this as personal investing advice. Always do your own research and such. But this is what I'm seeing on the chart here, and things are getting very interesting. Now, the Federal Reserve is about to make an announcement at 2 o'clock today. So I might get this video up just before 2 o'clock, maybe. We'll see what happens in the day here. I'm taking a break on during work time here, but I'm about to head out for lunch, and I wanted to make this quick video. So take a look at the silver chart right here. This right here is what I'm talking about as like just a massive red flag on the silver chart. And what I'm also noticing is that the volume is dying off dramatically on the price of silver. So purchasing is going down while the price is going up. That is a negative signal on silver. And on top of that, we have this huge bear flag on the price of silver as well. This right here, these indicators are very, very reliable. They come at the end of a massive move and signal that, you know, you're going to get a pullback. Now, what a pullback means is I would guess that once we break this psychological level of $100, this is going to signal some pretty serious buying. People are going to get shook out at $100 for sure, because everybody was talking about, you know, $100 silver. It's such a big deal that, you know, the price of silver is now above $100. We topped out at my price target of $119. I said that's a realistic price target for the year. I did not expect it to happen in just a few trading days. By the way, we're looking at daily candles right here. So these candles are signaling that this is every single day that silver has traded in the most recent while here. So you can see we were in this bullish pattern in the trading in a channel up here, breaking some key levels. 81 was a key level, and we actually formed a little bit of a consolidation pattern right here. The breakout happened. I said let's remain pretty bullish. Once we started to get closer to $100, I started to say, the risk reward right here is not great. Like, the downside is like we could go back down to $55, but we could also go up to 118, and that's what was my price target here. And we hit 118.50 or something like that on the day back on Monday the 26th of January. Today we are looking at a little bit of a rebound. This was a huge move though. I just want to spend a moment talking about how significant this move is. If I do a measurement tool, what you can see is from the peak to the trough, the very bottom of this candle to the top of the candle was a 15% move. And what this candle is showing you is that let me just get rid of this and this. So what this candle is telling you here is during the course of a day, it went up 15%, but also dropped 11%. That is insane. That is a wild movement on the price of silver in one single trading day. That's where you get this topping tail indicator. Now, topping tails, they are very long on the top here. So you get this long little stick and a very short little stick on the very bottom of this tail. And I'm going to zoom in even further so we can see exactly what it looks like here. So this is a topping tail, and then you have a red close. So that this means that there's a section right in here that is red, and that is, it almost looks like a sword. I was describing it to a friend. It looks like a sword with a very small handle. That's what you want to see for a topping indicator, and we have it in like the biggest topping indicator I have ever seen in my entire life. This candle is massive. The movement on Monday was crazy, and we've since retraced up here. But notice how we have not actually broken above 118 or 117 there. So this is going to be a key thing to watch. We want to see a key, like a breakout to the upside. And what's crazy is silver has been going up like 5-6% a day, sometimes even 15% per day. But we have not seen that in the days after the candle has formed. So this right here, what we're seeing on silver today is a total rise of 4.5%. Now we've, oh shoot, let me just get this. Oh my gosh, I'm really dropping the ball on this. Here we go. Okay. So we've seen a total rise of 4.7% or so, but we've since dipped back below, and we are now sitting at a 3.5% gain on the day. Like I said, it's 12 o'clock right now, and I wanted to make this video quickly before I take off for lunch here. So what I think is going to happen is we are going to get that retrace of $100. Now, of course, nothing is for certain. Like that Federal Reserve announcement that's happening today, there could be some announcement that just like takes silver up above this key level, but the close above, like we want to see the day end above 119, and that would bring us back to extreme kind of bullish sentiment again, and I think there would be some pretty serious buying happening after that. But that normally does not happen after a topping tail is put in place here. What tends to happen is, and the more likely situation right now is going to be that we retrace to $100. If we break $100, you gotta watch out down below. And then we would be looking at this key support right around somewhere around here. It would be $93. That would be a point where, you know, okay, in the short term, we could actually try and retrace back up to $100 right there. And it would totally make sense to see that bounce from here to here, get rejected, and then come back down to the next point of resistance, which is $81. So that is my current projection. If silver cannot break above 119, then we have a huge amount of downside. Let's just measure the move before we end this video here and just see what the drop is. So from peak to trough, we're talking a move of 30%, and that is the downside. So from where we are here today, we're still looking at a 28% decline in the price of silver. And generally, if you look back on previous bull markets in silver, generally the top is formed in less than a week. Like in the last peaks, generally, if you didn't sell on the day that silver peaked, then you probably witnessed a 30% decline very, very quickly. So that's why I'm making this video. I just wanted to make sure that if you have yet to take profits on silver, I would be very defensive at this point in time. I'd be scratching and itching to take profits right here. If I was still holding, like I said, I did so last week. I am completely out of physical silver, but I know some of my Substack subscribers are very heavily invested in silver, and I wanted to just quickly get on this video and make a video talking about the price action that I'm seeing. My current projection for silver, I think we need to watch that $100 level. That's the key first level. If we break that, my goodness, it's going to be really hard to get back above that $100 level, and then I'd be looking for $81 there. I think if you're not willing to hold for like a year to potentially 5 years, yeah, I would be seriously considering taking profits, and that's exactly what I did with my own money. I took profits last week. I am completely out of physical silver because I'm just not willing to hold for another 5 years. I converted some of that money over to physical gold, which is great because I think gold will hold up as prices kind of move back in all markets across the board right now. I'm looking at the S&P 500. We still haven't broken that key 7,000 support. Now, like I said, the Fed's going to make that announcement and we could just blast off from there. And that's where I could see, you know, silver having another run to the upside, but no guarantees there for sure. Right now, that topping tail is the most important thing to be watching if you are invested in silver right now. So that is where I'm going to leave it. Just wanted to give you a quick update on the price of silver and the action that I'm seeing. The market has just been absolutely insane. Silver has just been a tremendous purchase, and congratulations if you're still hanging on there, but make sure to actually take profits when you are up significantly on these assets, because silver tends to have a dramatic move to the upside and then also a dramatic move to the downside when we enter into that period. And I think that is coming close. So that's where I'm going to leave it. Thanks so much for watching. Hit the links down in the description. I'm going to put a link to my Substack. This weekend's newsletter is all about my experience selling physical silver. If you want to take a read into that, join my newsletter, Metals and Momentum, on Substack. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.